students, welcome to class 1 political science class. Today I will start lesson 5 regional cooperation, ASEAN and European Union. The objectives of the lesson are regional organization, its meaning, ASEAN introduction, objectives and principles, organizational structure of ASEAN, key areas of cooperation among the members of the ASEAN, ASEAN Regional Forum, European Union, the organizational structure, Maastricht Treaty and European Union, issue of European Union Constitution. The objectives of the day are regional organization meaning, ASEAN introduction, ASEAN objectives, organizational structure of ASEAN, ASEAN principles, key areas of cooperation among the members of the ASEAN, ASEAN Regional Forum. It covers your pages from 66 to 73. Before discussion of these objectives, I would like to discuss the key terms with you. The first key term is ASEAN. The Association of Southeast Asian Nations is a regional intergovernmental organization comprising 10 countries in Southeast Asia, which promotes intergovernmental cooperation. It was founded in 1967. Piracy, the practice of attacking and robbing ships at sea or stealing someone else's intellectual property. Downloading a copyrighted song off the internet is an example of piracy. Illegal immigration refers to the immigration of people into a country in violation of the immigration laws of that country. Drug trafficking, it is a global illicit trade involving the cultivation, manufacture, distribution and sale of substances which are subject to drug prohibition laws. Cybercrime, criminal activities carried out by means of computers or internet like hacking, spamming, which are used as tools to commit an offense. Cyber criminals are known as hackers. Proliferation, rapid increase in the number like a continuing threat of nuclear proliferation. Now I will give introduction of the topic regional cooperation. Cooperation among some countries at regional level for securing comprehensive and rapid socio-economic development has been a salient feature of contemporary international relations. It stands popularly defined as a regional cooperation. This feature of contemporary international relations becomes fully evident from the presence of a large number of regional economic and functional organizations in various parts of the world. European Union (EU), Association of Southeast Asian Nations (ASEAN), South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation (SAARC), and a large number of similar other regional organizations and associations are actively engaged in securing development through regional cooperation among their member countries. Now, I will tell you the meaning of regional organization. A regional organization or association is a voluntary organization or association of some sovereign states having some common interest in an area. Each regional organization has several countries of a region as its members. However, it is not essential that all its members must belong to a particular geographic region. The countries which form or join a regional organization do so either on the basis of their commonly shared interest or because they belong to a particular area. In international relations, a region can be the area of a number of countries which for at least one or several purposes distinguish them from other regions. In other words, a regional organization is a formal organization of some countries which is formed by them for securing their common interest through collective decisions and efforts. The countries joining a regional organization need not belong to the same geographic region or area. Two biggest and very active regional organizations of contemporary times which have been very successfully and productively working for securing several common interests of their respective members are the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, the ASEAN, and the European Union, the EU. These are indeed two role model regional organizations which are functioning for securing rapid socio-economic development of their member countries through regional cooperation among them. Their members take collective decisions in their regional organization and then implement these in their areas. Let us discuss the organizations and working of these two major regional organizations. Now I will give introduction of Association of Southeast Asian Countries, that is ASEAN. The ASEAN is a regional organization of Southeast Asian states which has been in existence since 1967. It has been functioning for securing economic development of its members through the promotion of regional cooperation for development. In 1967, the ASEAN was created by Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore and Thailand. Its membership consists of 10 states: Brunei Darussalam, Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Myanmar, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand and Vietnam have a polar view of ASEAN. India, Japan and China are dialogue partners and regional partners of ASEAN. India wants to join this regional organization as a full member, and it is also the case of China. The motto of the ASEAN is one vision, one identity, one community. Now I will discuss the objectives of ASEAN. The ASEAN is a non-military, non-security, economic and cultural regional association of Southeast Asian states. Its main objectives are to accelerate economic growth, cultural development and social progress in the region, to promote the regional peace and stability, to promote active collaboration and mutual assistance in matters of common interest in various fields, to promote mutual cooperation and assistance in providing training and research facilities to their people, to promote Southeast Asian studies, to collaborate in the development of agriculture, trade and industries, to maintain close and beneficial cooperation with existing international and regional organizations with similar aims and purposes. Thus, ASEAN is a regional organization comprising of 10 countries of Southeast Asia which promote mutual cooperation and facilities and socio-cultural integration among its members and in Asia. Now, I will talk about organizational structure of ASEAN. The organizational structure of the ASEAN consists of the Ministerial Conference, the Standing Committee, the Secretariat, a number of permanent and ad hoc committees. The Ministerial Conference consists of foreign ministers of the member states. The conference holds periodic consultations with regard to various matters of mutual interest. The Standing Committee meets as and when required and between the meeting of the ministerial conference. It holds consultations among members. It consists of the foreign minister of the host country where the meeting is held, and the meetings are held in all countries by rotation. In 1976, a secretariat was added to the organization. Its headquarters is in Jakarta and it looks after the administrative affairs of the ASEAN. Further, the ASEAN has 9 permanent and 8 ad hoc committees that handle the specialized work which is assigned to each of these committees. ASEAN Summit plays a major role in the functioning of the ASEAN as well as in influencing the process of handling some global issues and problems. 33 ASEAN summits have been held till date. Now I will discuss the principles of ASEAN. The ASEAN and its members act on the basis of the following principles: respect for independence, sovereignty and equality, territorial integrity and national identity of all member countries, shared commitment for enhancing peace, security and prosperity, reliance on peaceful means of dispute resolution, non-interference in internal affairs of member countries, respect for fundamental freedoms, protection of human rights and promotion of social justice, upholding United Nations Charter and international law, respect for different cultures, languages and religions of the people of ASEAN while emphasizing their common values in the spirit of unity in diversity. Now I will discuss key areas of cooperation among the members of the ASEAN. At the ASEAN platform, the member countries have been promoting and strengthening their cooperation in the following key areas: industrial development, finance and banking, investment, food and agriculture, forestry and minerals, transportation and communication, tourism services, intellectual property and private sector of economy. In order to give a new thrust to their efforts for the promotion of collective cooperation among the member countries of the ASEAN, a major step was taken in 2015 for establishing ASEAN Economic Community. It was decided to promote increased cooperation among member countries on the model of European Economic Community, and for this purpose ASEAN Economic Community was to be established. The ASEAN has been playing a very useful role in promoting cooperation and in securing collaboration among the member states. It has been fast developing into a distinct regional actor in international relations. The ASEAN has completed 51 years of its existence as a regional association dedicated to promote socio-economic cooperation for development among its members. It has been now trying to emerge as a stronger, more vibrant and integrated regional economic community. It has been trying hard to take and maintain a lead in this era of increasing competition and globalization. Now I will discuss ASEAN Regional Forum, that is ARF. The ASEAN Regional Forum can be described as an extended arm of the ASEAN. It came into existence in 1994 as a group of 23 countries which were concerned with the security of Asia Pacific region. ARF consists of 10 ASEAN countries and 10 ASEAN dialogue partners, that is Australia, Canada, China, European Union, India, Japan, New Zealand, Korea, Russia and USA. The ASEAN ARF meet in July 2001 decided to increase cooperation at all levels for fighting transnational crimes like piracy, terrorism, illegal migration, drug trafficking, cyber crimes and others. Have a look on ASEAN Regional Forum. So far, the ASEAN countries have been successfully meeting the pressures resulting from economic slowdown in the world by collectively taking all such necessary decisions as deemed essential for maintaining and strengthening their economies. In 2005, Pakistan became the 24th member of the ASEAN ARF. However, before getting the membership, it had to undertake the commitment that it will not raise Kashmir and other bilateral Pakistan-India issues in the meetings of this forum. Later on, Bangladesh also joined this forum. It is a forum which provides an opportunity and environment to the members to discuss issues relating to regional security development of areas of cooperation and cooperative measures for enhancing peace and security. The ARF has been acting as a forum for developing common understanding and approach towards security issues. It helps the member countries to undertake confidence building measures, preventing diplomacy for damage control and peaceful conflict resolution. The ARF has been trying to strengthen awareness towards the need to meet effectively the menace of terrorism in all its forms. ASEAN places full emphasis on regional cooperation for advancing security, socio-cultural integration and economic integration of its members. However, it refrains from undermining the identity and individuality of each member country. Students, this finishes the discussion of my today's topic, that is ASEAN structure and principles. Now I will discuss topic related questions. The short questions are: what is meant by regional cooperation? When and why was ASEAN formed? Give any two main objectives of ASEAN. Why was ASEAN Regional Forum formed? And the long question is: explain the organization, aims and achievements of ASEAN. It covers your pages from 66 to 73. Students, you will watch the video again and do the snap homework questions. Next time I will continue the chapter with the next topic. Till then, goodbye and thank you.